Hello, horror hereticals. This is KK. This is my honor and privilege to have my first interviewee for my horror channel. Basically, for those who have subscribed to my little channel, it was mainly my review. What do we call it? My heresy, or the things that a lot of people will not agree upon. But movie reviews is mainly about what you feel about movies. It might not be wrong, might not be right. You know, nobody can say you can love the dumbest horror comedy around. You can love the most stupid B-grade, D-grade horror movies. Nobody's gonna criticize you. So today with me is I think I know Odie for about 2 to 3 years now.
Yes, yeah. 3 years.
So we chanced upon each other during a haunted walk in Singapore, and then our friendship forged over common interests like horror movies. So which is appropriate to invite him to my platform because he did something a lot of horror fans have been doing over the years, which is a movie marathon for the month of October. Because 31st October is Halloween, so a lot of people started 1st October to 31st October. So Odie did when he was he came back to Singapore. Okay, so basically his work nature and family is that he need to toggle between Athens in Greece and Singapore, right?
Right.
Yeah. So maybe I'll let Odie to do a bit of self-introduction as well as what captivate him with horror and what makes him love horror movies and other form of horror media. Go ahead, Odie.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thanks for your kind words, and it's an honor for me as well because I do, like you said, the horror movie genre is very personal to everyone. At the end of the day, of course, there are classics, so-called classics, and there are so-called very scary ones, etc. But at the end of the day, some people prefer, one subgenre, some another. So it's really very personal.
Personal, yeah.
And first of all, congrats on your channel because I've been watching trying to watch them after your reviews after I've watched the movie.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yes, it does. It does. But there's a lot of work in there. There's a lot of I've discovered a lot of things.
That's good.
When you generally speak around the directors and the work they've done before, I didn't necessarily know their previous work. So hearing that and learning that definitely puts each product in a logical sequence. For example, with the previous. So I love them. So keep on doing the
thank you.
Great work.
Yeah, thank you for supporting.
So I was in September, and while we were discussing obviously Halloween and what was about to come, I was trying to read a few things on a subreddit, the horror subreddit, which I think is great. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Correct.
And I noticed that a lot of people are doing this mini marathon, watching a movie per day, some even more. During the month of October, the Halloween month, and a lot of people they would propose lists, or they would update every single day through the month, and they would say, okay, day 15 I've watched this and that, and they will some people will make the effort and also review quickly each movie or the reason why, for example, they would prefer that to another, and so forth. So despite the heavy schedule and work and life and so forth, I decided to do it. As you know, because I work European hours, I typically have my mornings relatively free, which basically is what happened. I watched the.
So you watch during the morning?
Yes. So obviously it is not ideal in that sense. But I conditioned myself, and I try to put myself in the mood, given that this is a dead hour for me. So
if a scary movie is scary, whether it's morning
Yes.
or night. Yeah.
Absolutely, and also typically I would watch them all alone at home because I would be alone at home at that moment. So the effect is there, even if you draw some shades, and I didn't feel a lot of difference with watching them in the evening. So it was great. So so I watched. Do you want to go with
the hopeful list? Yeah, but before we begin with the list of movies,
Yes.
maybe
yes.
10 movies at one go, then see how the feeling is like for each of these movies. Is there a method for you to choose the movie, or is there like a subgenre that you go for, or you just go with the flow?
Good question. You know me, and we've been through this a few times before. I particularly appreciate gore movies. I like them when they're well done. I find them entertaining and I find them fun in a way of, obviously they can be scary, but I like the creativity at which sometimes directors can push the boundary or push the limit of that scene and so forth. So, however, to answer your question, no, I didn't have so my list started off, I had missed a few movies over the last couple of years, many movies that you have reviewed. So they were down on my to watch list. And alongside with that, I decided I would revisit a few older ones that I might have not watched for a long time. So it was a mix of these two things, basically. To be honest, towards the 27th movie, let's say, or let's say number 27 out of 31, I was kind of stretching the limit to what I could watch next. But I got creative with a few things, and they were rewarding. So
all right, we can go through when we reach that point. Okay.
Yes.
We shall begin with the first 10 movie. It started with Dangerous Animals. I think the director is Sean Byrne from Australia. It's a shark movie. Then you followed by Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Yeah, this one is do you remember? I don't think it's by John Carpenter by this point, right?
It's an outlier of the franchise.
I heard a lot of people have good things to say about Season of the Witch. Followed by Witchbot. You mentioned it's a mixture of Final Destination and Ouija Board with witches. I haven't heard of this before. Then a classic from Tim Burton, Beetlejuice, which you watch with kids. Do you? No, you watch yourself.
With my younger kid, with my 7-year-old. Yes.
I see. Okay, then later I'll ask how do you feel about it. Then followed by a recent movie, Descendant, which I reviewed on my channel. It's about some people call it like the male version of Rosemary Baby. Did you watch before Rosemary Baby with Mia Farrow?
Yes, I have.
Roman Polanski.
As a matter of fact, as a parenthesis, it's one of the books I read through the same period because I also
okay.
So yeah.
So do you feel any resemblance to it, like a postnatal or prenatal kind of thing? That
I felt there is something. There is definitely some parallel in there. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But this is more extraterrestrial than supernatural.
Yep.
Then you followed by VHS File Halloween. You mentioned that it's not the best of the franchise. I also didn't really quite like this. It's quite disappointing, in fact, because I really love the VHS series for the last few years. So this is a bit fall from the standards they have set.
Yes. I think the first one was obviously really, really great in that.
Oh, in fact, actually, I found when they came back with the number of the years, I think was 94, then 85, 99 or something. Those are really good.
Yes.
They took a break in between. Then, of course, the first one is monumental, but after that, after the first, second, then those like 2, 3 is getting quite bad. Then they took a break. When they came back, it's quite good.
Yeah, I felt it was a bit chaotic, like a bit all over the place.
I mean, it's a bit tough because you will always find yourself to repeat the same kind of found footage kind of thing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's a bit difficult. Okay, then you follow up with Hell House from Stephen Craig Naughty. this is also a found footage kind of a horror.
Yes.
And that's like there's gonna be they already released the 4th or the 5th one recently, Lineage or something. I didn't watch. Yeah. But,
so this is one of the ones I had missed, for example. Like definitely I had missed, and a lot of people were praising this movie in these Reddit.
How do you think Hell House?
I thought it was great. I honestly really enjoyed it. I thought it was the atmosphere was really well built. The whole, even though pretty much everything actually happens in the third part of the movie-ish. I thought it was a very solid movie. In this footage storytelling of what happened, it's really solid.
It's obviously a pretty low budget production. So
yes.
he tried to minimize a lot of things. Then is it comparable to things like, let's say, Paranormal Activities? Do you think so?
I think it has a bit of a. I think it has a more of an artistic touch to Paranormal Activity. I feel like Paranormal Activity. I enjoyed it a lot when it came out. I just felt that it was in the Hollywood realm, in the.
It banged a lot on the mood, right? Do you find Paranormal Activity? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then you've got Stranger Things. Is it a season or just?
No, I mean, I basically dropped that in there because I was simultaneously rewatching the entire.
Wow, really? You did?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, guilty as charged. I was watching many moments in 1.5 times.
Okay. No fault to be found. I mean, personally, I would say, as the series go, there are definitely certain very memorable, but a lot of, how we call it, stuffing in between. They try to stuff things to make it bloated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. I like the kids band Goonies like
Goonies, right? Yeah, very Amblin entertainment kind of thing.
Yes, but the truth be told, and as we also touched upon at some point, is obviously they're growing up, obviously, and it as it becomes slightly more serious, let's call it.
Yes,
it sort of perhaps loses the that initial wow factor that it had on the first and
first
and second season. Yeah.
So actually, so coming on is a season 5, right? So season 4, actually, I don't find too bad. It's actually quite nice.
It was well produced. Yeah, very well produced.
What's the big evil guy? Valak something.
It was something like Verna
or something. The whole story is quite well done, and they try not to give a lot of attention to 11, which at this point, after 3 seasons, it's get a bit exhaustive lah. The whole story about 11. So they try to diversify. So season 5, it seems like. And also Eddie the rocker kind of thing. It's quite interesting. But yeah, season 5. Let's see how they tie it up lah. I find it a bit.
I think they're gonna go darker. I think they have to go
dark and then go
darker. I don't know, because I think given the kids are obviously much older now, they're all probably adults by now.
Yeah.
They have to go darker. They have to go in.
But okay, just asking you, do you think how the timeline of every season goes? I mean, when they started out, it was like 1985, 86, because season 2 they dressed up as Ghostbuster and it was considered. So they were like 9 to 10 then, but they grew up. So do you think that they go to 90s or even no? It's still 87, 88.
Technically, it should still be in the 80s. Yes, technically.
Yeah, it's still in the 80s, but they don't. How do kids grow up so fast?
I don't know. Also, the 80s is the 80s sell today, so it's still sell a lot today. So it's
yeah, but I mean, actually, the impact of Stranger Things. If I have the time, I'll do like a essay how the synth pop, the synth soundtrack,
Yes.
which popularized by
Yes.
John Carpenter actually. But Stranger Things really created this kind of in thing to do the synth kind of. So a lot of horror movies after that.
Exactly, especially in the horror movie genre, it's everywhere. It's pretty much everywhere.
I mean, as understandable, we all grew up during the time period of the 80s where John Carpenter, Wes Craven, and all the synth music, when you heard the Halloween, the Mike Myers theme, you just knew that, it'll bring you back, and the kind of feeling that they tried to replicate that, but after Stranger Things, it's like it got a bit oversaturated. For me, I feel so. Yeah, we could. I mean, it will come back eventually, but let it rest a while. Hopefully, Stranger Things will be it and all for all this thing, this synth soundtrack. Okay, then you followed by Dark Skies. Dark Skies. It's a very familiar term. It's extraterrestrial as well.
So it's one of the. This is another one that I was inspired from by the subreddit. It's pretty solid. It's again. It's in the same. It's in the same logic as The Descended. The family moves into a place. Something happens. Nobody believes you. Obviously, it starts with the kids, as usual. The kids then they start complaining, but the parents don't believe, and then social welfare goes in because they obviously blame the parents for the kids' problems, and eventually, obviously, it's without wanting to spoil the movie, it's obviously going into the extraterrestrial theme. It's pretty well done, I would say. It's the plot is quite solid. The flow is good. I enjoyed the movie. Definitely enjoyed the movie.
By the way, have you caught this movie called? Oh man, I cannot remember. But it's about this lady who in the whole show has no dialogue. So she was living alone in like a farmhouse. Then you're surrounded by aliens. It's a Hulu kind of thing. It's on Disney.
Yes, I watched it. It's like you will not go back or something like that. I will.
Yeah. I mean, I will interlace the title, and at this moment, I got a.
I watched it.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good kind of extraterrestrial. Of course, the one that really haunted us for a long time is Signs,
Yes, definitely.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, Signs was extremely good movie. Great cast as well. I mean, the cast was really good, and it's one of the. I feel like with Night Shyamalan, sorry, I don't pronounce his name well, but
Night Shyamalan.
How?
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalan. I think he's been extremely volatile. He has done some really great work. Obviously, his first movie was monumental, The Sixth Sense.
I think a lot of people give him expectation to do the swerve. They call it the Shyamalan twist or Shyamalan swerve at the end. There was always a twist at the end. Even Signs, there's a twist at the end. How to so there's this built-up expectation he need to do that kind of twist at every of his movie, which sort of like maybe affected him. Yeah, so
maybe, but he's done a lot of bad ones as well.
A lot. Yeah,
there's a few bad ones that you're like, come on, they're really, really on the other side of the spectrum.
No, but even the bad ones, I would say he has very interesting concept.
The concept is it's true. The concepts are always interesting. The execution,
left a bit. Yeah. I think he built some pressure to himself. Then the number 10 to end this part will be I saw the TV. This was from last year and it's one of the highly rated. But this is a very polarizing. They call it like an independent kind of horror movie. So whether you like it or you don't,
I think this one belongs to the skinny marrying kind of realm.
Okay.
It's not I wouldn't necessarily call it a horror
Conventional.
movie.
Not
It's
horror.
not horror. I mean,
Psychological?
a bit, but it's I think it's one of these, artistic, explorative, artistic. Perhaps there is something to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of these movies that maybe you watch just on the side. Is not. I wouldn't. It's very particular. I would call it. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't belong in this genre or another. It's a movie on its own. But it's its own genre. It's.
I think a lot of horror movie nowadays. I mean, this is a big topic also. How do you classify as a horror subgenre, and how you classify as a thriller? Like there's a blur line that. But for me, right? Okay, I just let you know my concept that if it's a movie, it can be a comedy, but it's like there's moments like body horror or something that make me cringe in a very there are how you describe cringe, like some really bad movie make you cringe. Not that kind of cringe. It's like, ooh, I don't want to watch this part. It will scar me for a while. I will classify that as a horror movie for me, personally.
Would you then like classify a war movie?
Yeah, yes.
As a horror movie.
Yeah. Like how you call it? Saving Private Ryan. The battle on Burgundy, is it? The Burgundy beat? That is terrifying. When I first watched it, when was it Tom Hanks or whoever was dragging the body?
Yeah,
he was dragging the body. Then it was non-spoiler but because this at the start, the half of the body was gone because of the heat.
Yes.
Before kind of thing. Yeah. So actually, war movies can be horrifying. And a lot of horror movie nowadays talk about the horror of the mankind, and I think war is one of the biggest horror.
Obviously, I was just for me, I mean, for me, I need to feel a situation that unsettles me. For example, and we will talk about. Obviously, there are a few movies in the list and about what I personally like. But for example, I feel unsettled when I'm alone. Obviously, in a place with no one at night. Obviously, usually, and when something happens for which I'm not sure exactly, what it is. Could be obviously a burglar, let's say, or it could be a spirit, it could be that. So generally for me, I don't, when I see a group together in a movie, in a horror movie, I'm less scared than when it's in one individual facing whatever happens alone.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah, but there are some.
So there's a movie. There's a movie in the list that is exactly that.
We will go through that. But I mean, watching alone and watching together, I mean, they are fun to be derived when you watch together as well. Yeah.
No. I meant not watching.
The context of the movie.
Yes, in the movie, if the character is alone or there are other characters together.
I see.
So when there are a lot of characters together, I don't feel that whatever that it can be. So, let's take The Conjuring, for example. When the bad stuff happens, even though it's scary,
there's a group of people.
Because they're all together, it doesn't touch me personally. But that may be, for my, I don't know why personally. But if the hero or anti-hero, whatever, is alone by him or herself, it's for me it hits me harder.
Just take two. I mean, horror movies. The first name we think about is Stephen King. So he got two stories that was adapted to live movie. The one with Stanley Kubrick, of course, the Shining. The whole hotel, and you are like barricaded. You are stuck at that hotel in a
Yes.
snowstorm.
Yes.
He's not alone, but it's almost as good as you're alone. You know.
Yes, absolutely. You're
You-
far from
You
you're
stumble.
far from help. You're very
Yes.
far from help. You're
You
hopeless.
stumble into an empty ballroom bar,
Yes.
and you start to see spirits. You know, that kind of thing.
I think the word maybe is hopelessness. Is when you are in these situations or these kind of movies that hopelessness is the factor for me. It's like when you know that there's pretty much nothing you can do. Like it's there's no hope.
Yeah. Then how about the other one that very close to it? It's The Room with John Cusack. 1304, is it? That
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is also another example of being alone in a haunted room. Then your mind start playing a trick on you.
Yes.
So the
Solid
hopeless
movie, by the way. That one, John Cusack and
Really?
I thought it was good. I think it has good, strong moments. Samuel L. Jackson as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He wasn't in it that much. It was a John Cusack kind of thing. So recently I caught a movie. Oh, okay. This review will be coming out soon. But there was Dakota Fanning was in this movie called Vicious. Okay, as you mentioned, there's the sense of hopelessness, and to the point that she wanted to sacrifice herself, but the entity didn't allow her to sacrifice herself. Instead, asked her to do things before the entity sacrificed the people she loved.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is, I would call that like a torture. The P word lah. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and watch that movie. Vicious. Okay.
Yeah. So the director is called Brian Bertino. He's the same director for The Strangers. Remember? Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman, and the house is invaded by this three person with mask.
I have not watched The Strangers.
Yeah, I haven't watched The Strangers, but that's recently. There's they came out with New Strangers, which is Rennie Harlan, the director, the director of the Cutthroat Island from the 90s and in bad movie. But anyway, that's another.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the first 10 movies. I think we go through basically. Okay, Beetlejuice. You watched with your 7-year-old.
Yes.
How did you find?
So I wanted to introduce him slowly. Sorry?
It's a bit scary for a 7-year-old.
Yes, I think it was because of all this mini marathon. I thought it's an opportunity to introduce him maybe to a couple of movies. So obviously, Goosebumps was one of them.
Yeah.
And Beetlejuice, of course, a bit more easy. I think I hadn't watched Goosebumps. I had missed it. So I think it's a fun movie for kids to get introduced into the monsters kind of the monsters realm and the scary stuff realm. Yeah, it was. I think it was entertaining.
For me, when I was, because I think you yourself have the story about Changeling from 1981, right? That scarred you since when you're 9 years old.
Yes.
For me, the one that scarred me would be Fright Night.
Fright Night is
I watched it.
It's bad in the scary bad. Not. It's a good movie.
I don't think I watched it when it was out. I watched it when I was a bit older, maybe near the 12. I'm watching on TV, but it's still late at night with the free to air TV where there's commercials. But Fright Night scarred me, so that was one of the. And I when I watched Beetlejuice, it didn't scare, but I can understand a 5-6 years old or 7 years old watching it. There are certain scenes, that certain transformation that Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice did can be quite horrifying.
It was, and I think the other underlying message of Beetlejuice is that they're dead. It's the theme of death. They actually die outright at the beginning of the movie. So boom, immediately you are conditioned into that. Okay, people die, and for kids, in their
Yeah.
It's not just because, you can mention a ghost to a kid, he wouldn't understand that a ghost is a spirit and we think that it's a dead, maybe it's just like a monster, but, death is
No,
deeper.
but in that sense, the dead people, I mean Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin, they are the good guys.
Yes,
As
in this,
compared to the Winona Ryder's own parents, they are the good guys. So
yeah, correct.
Maybe as it helps to tell kids that so ghosts can be good ghosts.
Yeah, correct. That if you become a ghost and you're a good person,
yeah, you'll still be a good person, Yeah. So interesting. That's a classic old team. Yeah.
So I had put a note under Goosebumps because
is it the next thing? Maybe we'll go through that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, correct. Number 11 is Goosebumps. Yeah, as you mentioned, another one to bring the young into the genre. So you don't want to rush him in. It was really from a Reddit post where somebody showed Hereditary to a 10-year. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know how. Well, that movie is mind F like, I don't know how you can show a 10 years old.
Exactly, and I was blown away when I read that subreddit entry, and I was like, how can you, like, honestly, how can you show a movie like that to a basically even I mean, it would even scar my 16-year-old. It's like,
yes,
this movie is
terrifying. It scarred me.
Yes,
when I watch it,
terrifying.
Yeah. The scene with the younger daughter when she stick up the head. How you not how you not affected by it?
And it shows you like how I mean honestly, some people should take some classes or courses about parenting, because I think this is a crime, to be honest.
I mean you're right about that. Hereditary is. I hope people in the subreddit, tell him do not do that again.
No, there was a lot of obviously there was a lot of hate in that subreddit, because obviously for the logically you do not show a movie like that to
but from your comment, you're saying that is it the same person wanted to show Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yes,
the same person.
Yes,
I think he's trying to be funny. I don't think.
Well, yeah, maybe, but it was pretty
adamant.
Yes, it was pretty seriously written, so I don't know.
So, viewers, if you have any recommendation for maybe from 6 to 8 and from 9 onwards, what kind of movies that we can show young children, please let us know. My kids was watching it with me, not for the whole, but they are very much conditioned with Pennywise, the new version Pennywise, not the Tim Curry Pennywise.
Yes.
So on their YouTube, so I think they are not that affected. But I can see that if I was at their age and I watched it without being conditioned, I mean that Tim Curry's version really scarred me also when I watched it. Yeah, so that first
the new one I found the new one scary too. The new ones I found them scary, like very scary.
It is. Yeah, so I was saying it's not although there's kids as a protagonist, but I still don't think it's very advisable for 8 years old to watch, even with parents. You'll be crazy. It's really for maybe like preteen, like maybe 12 to early teenagers. I think that would be more ideal.
I agree.
Beetlejuice, I think 10, I think is fine. Yeah. Any younger, I think Goosebumps, I watched a bit. It was quite mild, actually. Right. In fact, Stranger Things, a lot of children are watching, and I don't think they are very recommended for any children below 10 also. I think some of the scary
parents are unfortunately, without criticizing or anything, I don't think parents are always paying a lot of attention all the time. So
I'm not criticizing your parents, because personally I'm guilty of showing because I'm watching, is it? So they come, they don't watch the whole thing with me. So occasionally they'll come and watch with me. But I don't watch. I don't watch scenes with like Terrifier with them. That one is a bit.
Yeah, obviously that disgusting gore. Obviously,
Yeah,
obviously there's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of nudity as well,
yeah,
and a lot of
yeah.
dialogue.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, you follow up with number 12, which a host, a COVID claustrophobic ghost. Okay, this host, even today I watch a Thai movie called Host as well. It's confusing as hell with the same name. Yeah, I think it's
Have you watched
a
this one? Have you watched this one?
no. I mean,
So
at
this
the
is
time when you asked us the host, I thought we were talking about the Korean
the
monster
virus.
movie. Yeah. Oh,
No.
host. Okay, this one is about the. I think I watched it before. About they were quarantined in a house, right?
Yes.
The girl and then some intruder came.
No. So basically, it's during COVID, and it's 5 girlfriends. I think across the world are doing this FaceTime call.
Oh, FaceTime horror. Okay.
Yeah, so they're doing this call because they're bored, obviously, and it's COVID, and they're alone. So there's 5 girls. 3 of them are all alone in their apartments, and the 4th is living with her dad, and the 5th is living with her husband. And so they decide to invite in their FaceTime group FaceTime. They decide to invite a medium.
Oh, okay.
And to call upon a spirit just for fun because they are bored.
Bored, yeah.
And it's terrifying. I don't think I was scared ever in a movie more than this one.
I watched this before. I think one of our friends streamed this before. It was quite good. Because
excellent.
They call this this subgenre live stream. Can't remember. There's a sub. I'll put this also inside this. There's this subgenre where they the most obvious is Unfriended. Okay.
Yes.
And there was this another one called Searching with John Cho or something, where the kid went missing. So he using a lot of her social media on a laptop to look for. Yeah. So yeah, I watched Host before. Yeah, the part when the girl, the same thing like she's all alone at home.
All alone at home.
Basically what I'm doing now, I'm looking at you, my room, I'm all alone. It's dark.
Exactly.
There's what's happening behind me. Yeah.
She's sitting and you can see the door, the dark into the hall of the apartment, but it's dark because it's night. And this is exactly the kind of thing that obviously you expect conditions you to something's gonna happen there. Some sound is gonna come from there, from that door. How can you sit, call upon a spirit and not be in control of the environment, in that way? How do you?
I don't think they were expecting things to happen. A lot of people are skeptical, and they are bored. The bottom line is that they are bored.
True. But I felt like a few things had already happened.
Oh, okay.
As in, the session, whatever starts, and a few things happen, or it's just basically very well done, or it conditions the viewer in such a way to, even though nothing's happened, you're already extremely scared.
Yeah. So it conditioned you to get into the mood.
Yes, it was a rare find. I didn't expect. Again, it was one of the movies I've read into the Reddit. Somebody mentioned it in the Reddit, and that was another one.
All right, then you follow up with Green Room with Patrick Stewart. This about a punk band kind of thing,
yes.
The neo-Nazi kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, it was. You could categorize it in the gore segment because it turns gory in the second half, in the second part of the movie. I didn't feel it was. I mean, it's an interesting
No, I
There's
think
nothing groundbreaking about it. It's
no
the
the I think the success of Green Room is that you go in to expect kind of like a violent thriller, but it flipped on you, like how they get themselves into the condition and the action of the
yes,
antagonist. Yeah, that was the point. So until today, a lot of people are having good words with Green Room. So yeah, so
true.
those of
Yes, very good reviews. Yes, yes,
so anybody who haven't watched it should go and catch it. Then you followed by one of the scariest Korean horror movie for me, like, at least in recent time, which is called Gonjian Haunted Asylum, which is a real haunted spot in, is this Seoul or somewhere in South Korea?
yes. So I had high expectations for this one because obviously
Okay.
I had heard a lot about it, and given that I live in Asia, most of the time I was conditioning myself. So I feel like it's very well built. The build
Mm.
up to the it's very well done. As things start going sour, I just felt that the end. I just felt that the end could have been better.
No, that I at this point I cannot remember the ending. So I mean the second half of the movie kind of failed for me, lah. I don't think it's memorable until the
Yes,
whole way through. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but
So
definitely either the first half or the 2/3 is pretty solid. Pretty solid.
the place itself, you just look at it, it just
Oh yeah.
win half of the battle. Then you take it. Oh, the Taking of Deborah Logan. This is a familiar title which I did watch. It's a like an exorcism movie, right?
So it's again. This was also very interesting. It was one of the movies I had missed in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and again it plays with the because there is an older lady, and she suffers from Alzheimer, but other stuff happens, and obviously the whole plot starts because people think she's just losing it, and as a matter of fact, things are happening, and
Ah,
it's the mixture
yeah.
of the two, and it's pretty good. It's actually I really like that one. It's
Okay, I might catch
but
it
definitely
eventually.
the exorcism movies
Subgenre.
for me are hit and miss. Some of them
Yeah, yeah, I
are
agree. Yeah.
a lot of them are miss. Some are hit. It's
Even it's still raging on. I mean, from the Exorcist Believer that I think we caught together last year or
yes,
something, then followed by the Pope's Exorcist with Russell Crowe. Then even this year, I caught the South Korean version, the Dark Nuns. Then with Al Pacino with The Ritual. I mean, it always hit the same trope,
yeah.
and always the people who got possessed put in a lot of effort. You might not like the movie, but they
Oh, they
always
do.
they put
I
in a lot of
agree.
effort. A
I
lot of
agree.
drooling and
I agree.
contorting, and so
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the effort is for them lah, basically. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you've seen one, you've seen most of it. But Scott Derrickson's The Exorcism of Emily Rose is really good. Because that one,
Pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, that one deal a lot with the court kind of thing. So it's a court case where they try to judge the priest for not doing the correct ritual, which is like it's a very hard to determine whether, I mean, in the first place, do we all believe in exorcism, right? As a court, as the judicial system, do you believe? I mean, it's like,
But I think that. Sorry if I'm interrupting,
ah,
but that is
yeah,
exactly the. I think that's where the creativity lies, because indeed you've seen one, you've seen all, right?
yeah.
The demon, gets you, and then they have to exorcise you by the church. So it's very repetitive. It's very so. I like these kind of movies that try and spin something else in it, because we all know that it's going to be. We know how it's going to end up, right? It's
Yeah. In the end, the priest will ask the demon to say his name and whatever. Even
yes,
Conjuring is a long
correct.
long line of an exorcism movie, right?
Yes. Unless we're talking about that, what was the name of the movie? The Mexican or Spanish that we watched together? The Evil Lurks. What was it?
Yeah. The one with what's the director's name at this moment? The one who did the Terrifier as well, right? Not Terrifier,
Is it?
Terrify. And
Yeah, Terrified Aterados. The one. Yeah, it's
it's the same
that
director.
is,
So
you know.
so yeah, the when evil lurks, yeah. But
Yes.
that is a bit weird kind of possessed kind of movie.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
ends like desperately. You know, it's
So that
like
one is more like a zombie kind of, because they need to run away, and the thing was like spread in water or something. I don't remember.
yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't the one where the dog attacked that kid in the?
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That
Yeah,
scene where the Doberman,
No,
the pit bull.
that scene is crazy. It's like it linger, then the attack was so sudden. That one's really, and that's a movie not to watch with a 10-year-old as well, please.
And terrified. This movie was actually
It's
very
solid
scary.
when evil looks.
Super,
Okay, then
super
we followed by Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. This is a lot of people considered like the pinnacle of.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, apologies to all Nightmare on Elm Street fans. I don't think I ever started maybe, but finished watching a Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I wasn't, not that Freddy Krueger to me is like, okay, I don't know how you classify it. It's not like a boogeyman type, like a Mike Myers, I mean, like Jason, but now all of them like supernatural kind of being also lah. So Freddy Krueger is really a supernatural.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that lurks in your dreams.
Yes.
So yeah. So yeah, you want to say something with?
No. I remember when I was a kid. This is one of the early movies that I've watched as a kid, or maybe not kid, but let's say a teenager. It did scare me back then. I mean, obviously, graphics, CGI, and cinematic techniques were very different. Obviously, in the 90s, in the late 80s and the early 90s. But I thought that it was, the premise of being haunted in, actually being killed in your dreams was pretty solid as a concept, compared to the Jasons and the, and the Halloween, and the Mike Myers and all that, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good concept, but obviously the execution is tough because,
you have to stay awake, lor. The only way to break the.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but Dream Warriors is one of the highly rated among the.
It is.
Yeah. Then you followed by Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is Guillermo del Toro. I think he written the story, but it was not directed by him. It's like a true, but I caught a bit of it. It's quite scary also. I don't know
it's
how.
Quite scary. It's quite scary. It's again supernatural. Obviously, it's very well filmed. Again, rural America in the 50s or 60s. Very, very decent movie. I think that if I wanted to, once my kids are, maybe ready for the next step, I think that could be. Because it has that fairy tale-ish kind of aspect to it as well. It's Del Toro. He's very.
Yeah, his is like a dark fantasy fairy tale, I would say.
Yes.
He likes to do that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Then followed by Sinister. Well, I watched this recently. It's really good.
Sinister is a solid movie.
Ethan Hawke, Scott Derrickson. He written it about the
fine footage again.
Yeah, it's not really a found footage, but he got all the tapes, and not even tapes, those kind of, how we call it, the film,
the reels.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he is like a one-hit wonder in the literature world. So he had one very successful novel. That's why he go and stay in this kind of house where the whole family was being murdered, and he tried to get idea for his next story. But obviously he didn't know he stumbled into one that have a kind of serial kind of killings of families. So yeah, Sinister. I didn't watch Sinister. Have you watched Sinisters 2 before? It's not by Terrestrial.
There's a second one.
Yeah, you see, you don't even know there's a yeah. So
I didn't know it.
yeah, yeah, and
That's a scary movie. Sinister is a scary movie.
yeah, it's highly recommended. Yeah. Then you follow by the 1990 It, which we talked about.
Yes.
Tim Curry.
Yes.
Yeah, it's super long because it's a two part one, part two is a TV series, TV special on in America. They each one is about 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you combine, it's about 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, but if you watch the It Chapter 1 and 2 by Andy Muschietti, is equally long. That one's 4 hours. Crazy.
True.
Yeah.
It's just, but maybe I didn't know it was the 1990 was a limited series, because you do feel like there are.
It's a very televisual.
Yes, there's a whole, it deflates and then reflates, and then there's a it's not linear,
Remind me if I'm wrong, but it's like they what you call juxtapose between the kids' stories when they think about their the kid story, and
Yes.
also they also go forward to the modern time when they're adult, right?
Correct. So basically, I think that most probably what it was like, each episode might have been each kid's story, because there's every time there's about 1 hour or like say 40 minutes of one story, and then the other kid's story, and then the other kid's story.
But they were already adults when because the story came out with them going back to Derry as the adults. Then they were thinking about meeting Pennywise when they were kids or something. Is that the case?
So they're meeting. The Pennywise comes back to them as adults.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what I remember. But Tim Curry's Pennywise is crazy, scary as hell.
Yes, he is.
I mean, I don't deny that I have fear of clown, and that movie firstly, Ronald McDonald creeps me a lot already. So, but that movie just helps to escalate the kind of fear in me with clowns. Yeah, but there's a lot of people do fear with clowns also, so I'm not alone. Then you follow In a Violent Nature. This is like how we call it, Friday the 13th, but like you're looking through the eyes of Jason Voorhees, right?
Yes. I think this is a fantastic movie for the lovers of gore.
Mm-hmm.
It's so simple.
Very creative kills. Yeah, there are some very creative kills.
So simple. So there's these very slow moments of as you said, you're looking through his eyes, or its eyes, whatever, obviously. But and there's these long, 35, 45-second shots where he's just walking towards the next target or something like that, just in the woods. So eerie, so simple, and yet so effective.
I would say you have to take away whatever Friday the 13th or Halloween has ingrained in you to expect for a slasher kind of movie. It can be very slow burn, but it's very creative how they because he can stand there in the woods and just staring at the thing. Same thing with like Skimmer the Ring. You're just staring at the darkness, but sometimes there might be something happening, sometimes it will not. So a lot of viewers, if you are expecting something and something didn't came out, you might feel a bit how you call it, betrayed or cheated. So you might. I remember I give the movie quite a low rating in my review, but I think I wasn't in the real mood lah. But I do recognize that the concept is very interesting and a lot of kills is very interesting. There was one with the hook. You see, I don't know how he came up with the idea of that hook, and that hook is in some sort of like a museum or something. Yeah, in a violent nature.
Amazing scene.
I heard they are coming out a sequel for that.
Okay.
Then, that's 20. Yeah.
Yes.
I just finished through the thing. 21, you have Audition. Okay, this another movie I have been putting back to watch because of all the scary things I heard over the years of people describing to me how the torture scenes are like, which might be a bit hard to sum up, but I think I am able to watch nowadays after all the things that I have watched. Yeah.
I
So
think you
how do you
can.
feel about Audition? Takashi Miike's Audition.
I think it's when you think about Japanese horror movies, obviously you immediately think about Ringu
Yeah.
and I
Ju-on.
mean yes, these kind of
This
movies.
is
But
not a supernatural kind of.
no, Audition is a very twisted in the human in the human nature, how twisted it can be,
Yeah.
how desperation, how like. And he plays obviously with the human emotions, loneliness and solitude, and ultimately the absolute deceit. Because it's I think it's also a slow burn movie in that sense. You expect something. You could be probably almost midway the movie, halfway, and
Nothing happens.
wonder like, is this the movie that I was they told me about, but I think then you understand why all the build up and why
Okay, when we talk about slow burn and watching half a movie, are you like expecting? Do you think that nowadays young people are able to sit through a slow burn because the way that they get their information, or the way that the social media has presented them with, everything is like 1 minute, 2 minute kind of thing. You don't get to the key point of your video. You are nothing. You become like you're nothing to them. You know what I mean? So for a movie, if you gotta pay off at maybe even the last 15 minutes, and in the first the first 2/3 of the movie, that you have nothing, but it means something if you can endure that and you get something at the end. You think that nowadays young people can tolerate this kind of slow burn kind of horror movie?
I think you have a point. I think that obviously it's a social result. Today, there is no patience generally, and also
even
generally kids, they need to be gratified quickly with these.
I'm watching my kid watching videos on YouTube. They go in 2 minutes, they change one video.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
But that I think, unfortunately, that is just unfortunately, this is the result of how this kind of addictive. A long video is never going to keep you. You're going to watch it out of interest, and because they have no interest, or they don't know what their interests are, they just browse quickly. Something catch their eye, and they watch a bit more, and then I just feel like there is definitely a problem, if I can say problem, but for me it is a problem in that you need to gratify, and that's why movies also like take all the adventure movies and the Marvel movies and all these movies, their movies have become extremely long. They've become, most of the movies are 2.5 hours.
You like in the start, you got to come bang 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 bang.
Yes, and
you cannot like just sit there talking, but the good things will come, or maybe don't come. Then you will be like telling yourself, why am I, like the young people, that why am I even tolerating to watch this? So like I bring my kids to watch the Minecraft movie, so they need to have like one laugh every. Like you have to know the inside joke, and that's those kind of, it's a typical classic Hollywood movie condition based on children's property, that how they kind of draw the kind of attention. Whereas in contrast, you have slow burn. Even like a movie like The Shining, I would say is a slow burn kind of movie.
It is.
But if you endure half of it, that's where wow. And from the beginning, you already have signs. When the viewers have Easter eggs, tells you, oh, these things happen at the start. Like back to M. Night Shyamalan, Sixth Sense also. In the beginning, they already tell you what happened. It's like, oh yeah. Then at that moment, it's like, oh, this is a solid movie, kind of thing. But do they have that kind of patience to even sit to that point and say, oh yeah, what I mean? I don't know nowadays whether
They don't. Let's
yeah.
be honest. They don't.
So it will condition how horror filmmakers gotta change. They're gonna deliver that, like the big studios will ask them to deliver a jump scare every 5 minutes. Even they always will have a prologue or cold opening on, and at that point you really like wow, then you get hooked into the movie. No more you can have like sitting on a car, you see the car going up onto the ski resort for 5 minutes with the opening credits. I don't think you can have that kind of thing anymore.
Or yeah, I mean, probably like that for the big studios, and hopefully there will be smaller studios, like
Yeah, I
A24,
mean small
etc.
this
Even if you take like I don't know other movies that are not horror but are definitely unsettling, like David Lynch movies, they're definitely unsettling, and
to think young children can
you
see
cannot,
through Twin
and
Peaks.
most of them,
uh,
yeah, and most of them have a lot of slow burning,
yes.
But this is what makes the difference between art and fast food.
Yeah.
Like a very good cooked dish that took
Of course, the
5 hours to
caveat is
prepare.
that I'm not saying all the young people cannot. There are
Yes,
certain group, but we are being fed to have the kind of slow burn. Of course, at the time we didn't enjoy it, but maybe like certain food when you get older, you will appreciate it a bit more. So I think
yes,
certain movies similarly, when you get older, you will be appreciating it a bit more. So
definitely.
okay, then you follow up. Oh, Hard Eyes. You say that it's a very fun watch. Yeah, it's a rom-com slasher but smart. Yeah,
Yeah, I found it, like a mindless, entertaining
uh,
slasher.
it is. It's when I do my review, it's like they try to do a scream. They try their best
Yeah,
to do a scream.
yeah, Scream. Why not? I mean, it's. I think it. For me, it was like. I know, for example, my wife. She definitely doesn't like the supernatural genre.
Mm.
Like she's Asian. She's definitely not watching any movie where there's a spirit or a ghost. But she's watched all the Saws.
Oh,
We watched together. We used to watch Evil Dead, the series together, and the movie. I mean, all the slashers. We would watch them together, and I thought it was a fun movie to watch with as you say, it's a Scream kind of.
yeah.
Doesn't take itself very seriously. It's like it is
It's
what
not,
it
it's
is.
not.
It's,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's fun.
Okay, then you follow up with the 2018 version of Halloween. I think it's by David, not David Ores. What's the director? The memory of. Okay, anyway, the director is quite well known. So there's three parts for this revamped Halloween, if I'm not wrong. Jamie Lee Curtis came back also. Then about her and her daughter and her granddaughter kind of thing, right? Is it David or Russell? No, not David or Russell. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So, what was your feeling with this revamp of Halloween?
It's for us. I think it's difficult. Having watched the original movies of all these movies back then, obviously much younger than we are today, the effect was obviously very, very different than rewatching a remake today, because we know the story. It's not a remake, okay? It's not really a remake.
It's continuation of the story, I think.
Yeah, it's the continuation. Obviously that guy, you can never kill him. He's unkillable. I think it's you have Jamie Lee Curtis. She's in there. She holds the fort. There are a few scenes. I would say it's okay. Maybe I think it holds a 6 or a 7. As a movie, but it's not anything great, I would say.
Yeah, I remember the director's name is David Gordon Green. So he started doing indies films. Then he did some comedies like Your Highness and some funny, kind of stupid, mindless, those kind of weak, high kind of comedy. Then he started to do all this Halloween. Then he did another franchise. I can't remember at this point, but yeah. And his is he paid homage to the original John Carpenter starting part. Of course, as Halloween goes, John Carpenter involvement getting less and less. Then I think Rob Zombie also did a reboot of Halloween. I don't know. I didn't watch also.
It rings a bell actually. Now you mention it.
This is not a reboot, but the Rob Zombie one was a reboot.
Yes.
But that's way too many lah. Seriously.
Yes.
Scream also getting to a point that it's getting too much.
I think because I enjoy these, I enjoy as just pure fun. You know, I could watch a comedy or
mindless lah. You just let it hang.
Yes, or a Scream just with some popcorn. You know, I'm not going in for a horror movie. I'm going in for a moment of fun. You know, like okay, let's see how creative they're gonna be on the killings and just yeah.
Oh, but when Scream came out, 95, that was a big monumental. It was like, wow.
Oh yeah.
How did he came out? Wes Craven, because he already came out. That was he came back to do Nightmare on Elm Street, but at Nightmare on Elm Street is when you have Robert Englund and Heather Langerland or someone was Nancy, the actress, but they were shooting the movie, so it's like they call it meta kind of storytelling. Like they are real life, they are acting their real life persona when they are acting in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but there's a killer or something. So he came out with this idea, so he put it into Scream, where there's like a meta. So the killer take reference from all these slasher movie and how there's a twist and turn, but it's not jarring, you know. When he first came out with the first Scream, it's like, oh, you thought it's going A, but actually it's B. You know what I mean? And it take a lot of all this, but then after that, same thing lah. They have to beat the dead horse over and over and over again. So with the recent Scream, with 7 coming out, I think next year, it's like at this point, it's like, oh, okay, the offspring of the Loomis guy, and what's the point? It's like, as you say, mindless fun, you know?
Yeah, I will definitely rewatch it. I watch it, not rewatch it. And my older kids, they like that. We watched the Screams together. My 16 and 13, they really enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah. So then, followed by Scanners, by David Cronenberg.
Oh yeah, that's
this is another Slowburn. Is a kind of Slowburn kind of movie. It's like espionage. I call it an espionage movie. So
yes,
big corporation.
Yeah.
Then they try to. It's a big corporation kind of thing. And they did something. They transmit something through very old school computer. If young children watch, young people watch that movie, is like they laugh at. It's even before the old type of Macintosh or Windows. Yeah. It was in 1981. So what do you expect? You know, that kind of thing.
I think you watch. You know, the movie is more about the Cronenberg style. Because I felt like, despite, as you say, all the old technology, because it is a technological in a sense, you know.
Yeah. It was avant-garde in 1981.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I could see, for example, that movie being remade perfectly today, you know, in a sense, keeping that eerie, you know, like Cronenberg, you never feel like it's, you know,
you cannot find another Michael Ironside. That guy is.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, he looks like Jack Nicholson, but he is the badass.
Yes, you know? Yes. Yeah. He's good. Yep.
Yeah. So then followed by this 41 Acres is a post-apocalyptic cannibalism movie. I have not heard of this. This is one of the few that I never put in the list?
So to be honest, this one I was browsing through the catalog on the plane as I was coming back to Greece, and it was there in the it was in the horror genre like catalog, and it's a recent movie. I think it's 2025 or something like that. So it's a very recent movie, and it's as I said, post-apocalyptic. There are no more. There's nothing, and the only precious commodity is grains, like like corn, and some there's a family which is not really a family having these 41 acres, and people want to invade them, and because there's no more food on the planet. And you quickly realize that actually the others that don't have the crop and the corn and so forth, they're actually eating people.
Okay, so with regards to post-apocalyptic, do you have like one that you always go back to, or you don't care much about post-apocalyptic dystopian future kind of?
I like these movies, the post-apocalyptic.
I mean, you do like we talk about reading some of these books about future, how robots become sentient kind of thing, right? Yeah. So is there one that you always go back to with regards to post-apocalyptic, which includes zombies also lah? Zombie apocalypse is one of them.
I mean, wow. Let me have a think.
How do you think about 28 Days Later?
Yeah.
When it first came out.
Which one?
28 Days Later. With
28 Days Later is one example. Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah,
I can't say I really like the. I started watching
not
the
last sequel. One. The 28 years later. Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't finish the movie. Like I stopped it. I just got bored. I don't know.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Like for example, the Last of Us, for example, the series. That kind of, this is because I like science fiction as well, and
the season is solid. Last of Us, and
very good.
The Walking Dead season 1 to 3 is solid. If you ask me, the best post zombie apocalypse is always the Walking Dead season 1 to 3. For me, at least. I mean, I don't grow up George Romero's The Night of the Living. I watched The Night of the Living Dead before, and you can feel when he did at that time is like there's social commentary about the racial kind of thing, but for me the feel of a post-apocalyptic world will be The Walking Dead season 1 to 3. And of course 28 Days Later is fantastic also, the way that he can you look at London with no cars, no people,
Yes. Oh, one that I actually, it's on the list, but not the second one. The first one, A Quiet Place. I found that as well to be
The Quiet Place is also fantastic.
Very solid. The first one, like I really enjoyed.
I remember A Quiet Place 2. Even because I did review for Day 1, I still remember Day 1 more than A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah, Day 1's very good.
Okay, then you did Drop.
Yes.
This is one of the movie that people it's not horror movie, but the concept is horror. You are being held hostage by somebody infiltrating your phone. It's a modern kind of thing that's crazy. It can happen to you, especially with scammers. Nowadays, it's possible.
Yeah, I think it was I think it's a solid plot. Obviously, it's a bit, you would call that more a thriller maybe, than a horror movie.
But the actor is really good.
The acting is good. The whole, I think it was a great movie. Maybe it doesn't really belong into the horror genre, but it's unsettling and
unsettling. Yeah, you definitely feel unsettled. Especially
hopeless as well. You don't know what to do. I mean,
helpless. The whole point of you're alone, you have to compose yourself at the dinner table. You cannot call the police, and you don't know where the killer is looking at you. That kind of thing. And 27 in Nosferatu. Is it the Robert Eggers one?
Yes. So I had missed that one. Yeah, I think it's I think it's very good.
I just did the review for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. So
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I just recorded it, but I think I will compare this. It's natural to compare this to movie. One came out early the year, one came at the end of the year, and the concept is about the same. I would actually give Nosferatu a bit more captivating lah for me
than Frankenstein.
Yeah, but Frankenstein is a much prettier movie to look at.
Yeah, I watched it as well. I didn't put it in the list. I watched it. I just think that Nosferatu is very, you know, as far as the count is concerned, you know, like he's very evil. He's very bad. He's very greedy. He's very, you know, even when you watch the other similar movies of the same story, obviously, you know, the mixture between Dracula and obviously Nosferatu. They always had in the past, they always had, you know, the Count Dracula or Count whoever the name Orlok had an aspect, you know, like obviously deceiving, but you know, a softer tone as well. Let's say trying to deceive. This one is outright, you know, from the beginning to the end. The character in the movie is bad. He's greedy and everything. It's like.
Do you think that the actor is Peter Skarsgård? Is the same guy that did Pennywise? I think he should not go too much with all the voice. I mean, he could, but I think he should just tone it down a bit next time. I think sometimes he go overboard with all this thing. But it's a good acting. It's a good performance, no doubt. I mean, I think Nicholas Hoult as Jonathan Harker. Do they call it Jonathan? He's very good also because
excellent.
Yeah, the helplessness. You can see the helplessness when he go into the castle and everything. Yeah, and
very, very solid movie. And
Lily Rose Depp is really solid as well. The performance.
Yes.
Oh, and I really like William Dafoe as the Van Helsing kind of character.
Yes, the boxer. Yes.
William Dafoe is like national treasure lah. He can be the worst guy ever. You look at his face, so evil. You know, when he's Spider-Man No Way Home, I can't remember the one where he came back. He was like he had like some sort of memory loss for a lot. Spoilers alert. He has memory loss for most part. Then he's like so innocent in his face, but when he remembered things, oh my goodness, that point that he remembered things is like shit is going.
How did he turn like that? Just like at that moment.
In Nosferatu, it's like he's so warm, you know. You look at him, he's a vampire killer, but he's so warm, he's so caring.
Yeah, like the good grandfather, you know, like
it's like he's fantastic lah. I mean, William Dafoe, you gotta give it to him. He's a national treasure. If nobody give him any credit, I think I'm gonna.
He has played some crazy roles throughout his career. Like,
yes, he did.
Across the spectrum, like
he portrayed as Count Orlok before, so in another movie that. He's up for anything lah. Okay, then Quiet Place Day One is a solid movie because the acting is good. Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, the acting is good. I usually don't really like the movies with these kind of extraterrestrials, you know. Of course, you know, I think there's in first of all, in the first movie, you don't see them that much. They are there, you know. In the second movie, they're everywhere, like insects, you know, like. So yeah, it wasn't, but the movie was solid. The movie was definitely solid. Yeah.
29:30. There's nothing or there's nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing because I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish it. I thought about putting, two older movies. I can talk about older movies.
But I think,
if you,
yeah. You okay? Go ahead. No, why not?
yeah, I mean, given that. So anyway, I wanted indeed to. My plan. I wanted to watch the Orphanage, the Spanish movie.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because I think it's so well filmed, and it has a much deeper plot. To the simple, okay, somebody died, was pissed off, and there's a ghost. It goes really back, and I wanted to make a parallel to the Changeling, because the Changeling is also pretty much. Actually, the Changeling came way before the Orphanage, and again, there's obviously the unrested spirit of somebody that was treated badly and without justice, and there's a whole plot behind it, which makes, and this is where I kind of like wanted to end up in. I mean, to say with the horror genre, I like when the directors and the writers, actually not the directors, but the writers, they merge two elements and make something that will keep you gripped to the movie, because at the end of the day, as we said, the horror movie genre it's a scary thing.
Anything, yeah.
It can be anything, but when you start putting it together with something else, then it becomes so much more interesting.
All right,
with an underlying story that could be like, in this case, some political plot behind, and
yeah, then it's true. But the Orphanage is fantastic. I can't remember the director, but those who haven't watched it should go and watch. But don't mix up with The Orphan. That's another. That's
not at all. Yes, not The Orphan, and The Changeling is not the one with
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie, no, it's a 1981 movie. Yes.
I got that. I still been waiting to watch it. Okay, then you end the month with Trick or Treat. Oh, this is one of my favorite because it's a horror anthology.
I think it's the absolute movie to watch on Halloween night. It is the epitome of the Halloween movie. It's perfect. It's so fun. It's so well made. It captures everything in it.
I think viewers of my channel know that I have this big thing about horror anthology, but I think horror itself, because especially you get ideas from different directors and writers, and you stitch it up like a color palette, or how you call it. It's even you can, maybe individually it's not a captivating kind of story, but when you put all together, it's like, wow, you have a good time going through. Like that was, plus Twilight Zone is a classic, and every segment hits because all the directors are fantastic. But like Trick or Treat, I don't think it's by different directors, it's by the same guy, but he managed. And also the best part is that he have intertwined. There are characters that intertwine with each other.
Yes.
Later on, when you know that, so
yes,
it's fantastic. I can't remember the director, but he didn't do much after that, sad to say. But how do you feel about horror anthology? Do you enjoy it, or you think it's okay?
I enjoy them generally. I enjoy them. I find that you get a bit of everything. You get a bit of this, a bit of that. It's a more complete plate than one single thing that can be successful but can also be a miss.
Yes.
Whereas a mixture of things is always more fun to watch.
It's always, I also really think that the last segment is always tough, because especially if you have like a 2 or 3 that's really solid, one in the middle, then the last one is very hard to. It's like most of them is like, by this point, like, okay, that's the last one. Most of the time people don't remember much.
I mean, that's why there are not that many that are successful, but but those who are like, it's like a treat actually.
Remember
Because-
Creepshow? Stephen King, did he direct? He wrote it with George Romero, who directed it. This the classic one. Stephen King himself was in one of the segment where he's a farmer. He go dig up the farm. Then he found this egg, this extraterrestrial egg. Then he later become like a swamp thing kind of thing. Then there was this story about this lab. There's a lot of cockroaches. The whole point is about cockroaches. I think you might have watched it, but yeah.
Maybe because it does sound like
Creepshow.
that one that he finds the egg sounds as like
Very
something
familiar,
I've
right?
watched,
Then because Stephen King was then he acting like it's kind of like a bit low IQ kind of a bit dumb kind of guy. But Creepshow is a very fun anthology as well. Yeah, so we complete the whole list. How overall feel about your marathon? Not say marathon.
So, I mean, I just wanted to also add that I concurrently read, because obviously I didn't have a lot of time, but I did read Rosemary's Baby, and I intended to also read The Exorcist, the book. I just didn't have found time to read the book, and so it's funny because when you watch a horror movie every day and you haven't done it before, then you end up, because I would always read my book before sleep. You do end up having a lot of bad dreams, to be honest, because there's a lot of.
It's from the book or from the movies?
I think it's the mixture, like you every by day 10, like you've watched already 10 movies on a daily basis. There's a lot, images and stuff that starts building up in your head, right? So in the subconscious.
I thought by this age, like we have seen more horrible things in the world, in the human world itself, than what is on TV.
Yeah.
The news itself is a horror. It's a horror show by itself, but if you are still able to get nightmares from what you have watched, is still amazing.
Yeah, I think it's because I don't watch too much TV generally. I would watch movies, and a few series that interest me, but I'm not gonna watch. I'm not gonna just watch I don't have time to watch stuff that really don't interest me. So I think that because it was concentrated, and then I think it just hit me at some point. The whole. So I did have a few nightmares. So I'm happy that I did it, because first of all, it was an opportunity to catch up on some stuff and review some older stuff that I had watched many years ago.
Yeah, that's always the best.
I think you just enrich your horror culture more if you do that once in a while. I don't think a lot of people can watch one movie per day. We don't have that
nowadays.
That amount of time.
It's a bit tough for me personally, but usually I try to staff on weekends. Like if I have a stretch of 6 hours, I would staff like 3 to 4 movies at one go.
You would? Okay.
Yeah, but if like a bad one can spoil it all for
Of course. Because I typically cannot watch more than one movie, so I wouldn't watch two movies.
But because my time is I try to watch it on weekdays, but it's tough.
Yeah, it is.
That's why TV series nowadays also quite difficult to, when in the old time, like X-Files, one season is 23, 24 episodes. I mean, I can't do it anymore. Truth to be said, I can't do 23 episodes one season. Yeah,
it's very difficult. It's very difficult, and especially with these ongoing series, and they start.
That's why, like HBO series is like 8 episodes one season is fine. It's digestible. Yeah, unless they do like 1 hour 30 minutes per episode, it's like, yeah.
Unless it's a Black Mirror kind of thing where there are.
Black Mirror, I love Black Mirror. I mean, you can watch it, you can stop it anytime, right?
Yeah,
but
you watch
I
one,
always
two,
tends to watch it on the way back to the
But I
Anthology.
have gone back and rewatched a lot of Black Mirrors. I find it's very good work. Like it's extremely good work.
And it's by the same guy. Do you watch Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities? That's a very good series as well.
No, I haven't. No,
it's on
I
Netflix.
haven't.
But I've watched 2 episodes of It. Welcome to Derry. It's very good.
Is it good?
Old 1950s kind of feel again. So we were talking about during just one of the movie they watched about 1950s. So this is, I think it will hit you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that era. I do like that era.
Yes. And he made use of the music and everything. Is fantastic. I mean, I only watched 2 episodes, so but it got me. It got me already. I think
are the episodes out or are they being released weekly?
Week. So you can wait until I think it's all the way to December. I think 10 episodes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So wow, look at time. We are like 1 hour 30 minutes. So much time pass when you're having fun. Then let's talk about your top 3 best favorite horror movies of all time.
Yeah, sure.
No need to be in chronological order or just any 3 that when you talk about OD associated with horror movies, what are the 3 that always signify for you?
So obviously the Changeling is one in there, like for me, maybe because I watched it as much younger and it really did mark me. But I do believe it's a pretty scary movie, despite being of 1981. I would my top 3, the rest. I think in there I can probably add The Orphanage as well. I like this. Again, there's a it's a hybrid horror thriller because there's a whole plot behind it, so it keeps me very gripped in the movie. And I don't want to say The Exorcist, even though it's one of my favorites. But I think I could put. I could probably drop in there. Oh man, so many. I think I could drop in there The Shining, because I think The Shining has this. Okay, I'm a big Stephen King fan and I've read all the books, and I just feel like it's that solitude up there in the hotel and that desperation in the middle of winter and there's nowhere you can go and you just have to face your fears, and obviously all of that happens. I don't feel like it's even though it's a long movie, I don't feel its length, to be honest, personally.
No, I don't feel the length as well. Yeah.
So yeah, I would.
Have you watched Doctor Sleep?
I watched Doctor Sleep. I thought it was like a solid movie. But it's Jack Nicholson. It's like he's just amazing.
Yeah, and he gave it the all in that movie. It's like here's Johnny. I mean,
yes, and Kubrick. I mean, Kubrick is obviously he's done a lot of amazing things as well back then, really avant-garde stuff. So The music is amazing. The scenery is amazing. It's something that every time I'm up in the mountain and there's this, maybe an old building, like a big hotel but older, you cannot not think immediately when I see it, like about The Shining. It's like this. And it's funny because I'm reading this book now. It's called Summer of Night from Dan Simmons, and again, it's a horror story. But again, it's in the 50s in rural America, and there's this. It's the last day of school, and this school will be demolished because it's reached the end of as America is being built more, and it's a building like that. So immediately you feel that the building is like a character. The building itself has a place, and is like a character of the movie. It's that. So yeah, these are. I think these are my.
We're going top 3 lah, but when we think about you, we'll think about these 3 movies, this horror movie, that The Shining, The Orphanage, and
obviously it's extremely difficult to place 3 movies. You
achieve
so many.
Yeah.
Even a top 10 is difficult to because then you have different genres and then you can.
I'm preparing my top 10 list for the year because it's November now. I think when this episode out, maybe end November. So December, I gotta come up with 10 movies for this year. And it's tough also. Just have to look back because it still keep changing in my mind. It's like, anyway, about the horror scene nowadays and horror in 2025. Do you have any kind of feeling with regards and anything you're looking forward to, or how you feel about modern horror as compared to the good old days?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I think we've been there's certainly a resurgence of the horror genre, or for sure. I don't recall in the previous decades having this kind of flow of even good movies, not just like B movies and just scary movie. I feel like in the last 2 years, 24 and 25, we've been treated to some amazing movies. If you think about it over 40 years or something like that, you won't have like amazing movies coming out in a single year. You might have 1 year, 3 years later or something, and I feel like we've been spoiled. That there's to the point where I need to catch up because there's a few that are very good.
Yeah.
And as you said, you when you prepare your top 10, it's very tough. It's very difficult. There's so many and that are good actually. That are worth your time. I think the one that has really the one that I really enjoyed was Weapons. I found that to be really enjoyable, really slightly different.
It's a long movie as well, because typically a horror movie for me is about an hour 45 minutes less. That one is about 2 hours plus, but it's breezed through the whole movie.
Absolutely, and in a creative way as well. Movies like that, movies like Long Legs that we had last year. I feel like that we have a lot of creativity. I think more people are watching them. I don't know. The studios are putting money. A24 has been doing some I hope A24 stays A24 and not A1 Million, because they're everywhere now. They are pretty much. They do a lot.
Few studios, A24 and Neon, especially the one that that
and Neon as well.
Faith in some of these directors with their projects. Then even Blumhouse is always the big one. Yeah.
Yes.
It used to be very. People will say, they try to make try to optimize their profit, but they have been doing. The most recent Blumhouse will be Black Phone 2, which I watched. It's not bad, but does it hold the candle to Black Phone one. That's another story altogether. But it's solid and it's from Blumhouse. The director is Scott Derrickson, so everything is good. So in the sense that the creativity is overflowing. There are a lot of very hardworking young horror directors who giving something different from the days like Wes Craven, John Carpenter, learning from them, but not trying to just. Of course, during my regular review, there are a lot that are like just paying too much homage, which
Yes.
Yeah. So, like Stephen Cragnoti, the Hell House LLC. There was the 825 Forest Road. It's very interesting also. It's a small kind of horror, haunted house horror, but it's done quite well. Yeah. So
Well, this one I started watching maybe like this. You're Next. Have you caught that? You're Next. It's called. You Are Next.
Yes. Slasher kind of movie, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
slasher movie. Have you watched it?
I think I watched it, but it's not a very recent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the recent ones.
No, but yeah, that was good. I think I can't remember who was the director. Of course, y'all was always saying me that I always have like amazing encyclopedia memory, but even that it's like very hard for me to remember every single thing also.
Yeah, but compared to the rest, you're pretty good.
Yeah. So, but that's because it interests me. You see. Yeah. So, anything to look forward to? Actually, I can't really remember much about 2026. What are the movies coming out? If you ask me,
To be honest, I don't remember what is coming up.
This is.
I count a lot on you for that.
Yeah.
I do watch, obviously, I do try and catch the trailers. I mean, I don't. We've discussed this, but generally I'm trying to avoid trailers because I just feel like trailers.
The thing about trailer is that they give too much information. They spoil the much. Yeah.
Too much. So I just, maybe in my feed, in my YouTube feed, they will pop up the new horror movies and stuff. I will, then decide if I watch a little bit of the trailer or not. I try to avoid. I just want to have a full go into the movie and just enjoy it fully without even having any idea. Maybe the title and whatnot, but just to enjoy the moment. But I really think, and I really hope that it's going to continue this way. I feel like because at the end of the day, I think that the horror movie genre is really something, because if you take movies and you divide them by genres, the horror movie is the only one that is magical enough, but being yet tangible without being a fairy tale. Given that most of the movies they happen to anybody, these things can happen to anyone, but yet they open the door to this magical world of whatever monsters, ghosts, and demons and psychopaths. And I just feel it's one of, for me, it's just a way to dream and imagine, and to get away from this reality, which, as you say, it's much scarier when you see what's happening. When you look at what is actually happening in the world,
which is why the whole concept of extraterrestrial sometimes is a bit off.
Yes.
It's hard for us to do. I mean, we always wondered if there's life away outside our home planet. But you ask me, the extraterrestrial thing is always the last thing in my mind, so it doesn't really scare me that much. It's about small things like Zoom meeting, then something happened. In fact, or when you move to a house or you go to a hotel room, those are the things that will have the innate fear in me. If you can make a solid story, rather than being been adopted by aliens. Yeah.
You can't relate, right? Because I mean, the only successful extraterrestrial, you could argue that it's alien, because yes, somebody, something happens, that thing is evil, it comes back, whatever, and you could eventually relate to that somewhat, but yeah, it's just not tangible for us.
Yeah.
Whereas the psychopath that goes out and murders people is absolutely, possible, obviously. And for those who believe in the, in the supernatural, it could be everywhere around you as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very entertaining. It's for me. I mean, personally, it's the most entertaining. Movie-going experience is this one.
Yeah.
I would not enjoy other movies as much as I enjoy a horror movie.
Indeed. Yeah. So I think it's a good time to be a horror fan, especially.
Definitely.
And the fun part about is not always going to the new movies, or we can go and revisit the old ones, and there's so many old ones which you have not watched. I mean, I hope that in my channel I also give people some, because we're not just talking mainly about Hollywood, and we're not even, and you are from Europe, there are a lot of European horror also that, Italian Giallo is one big thing, then there are other
Suspiria.
Asia has a lot of horror content as well, which I hope my channel helps to give people some idea. There are some brilliant Asian horror around. Then like When Evil Lurks, South American horror. We got African horror also, which it's not, you will never run out of things to watch horror in terms of horror as well. Yeah, so thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we can do this one more sometime in the future as well. Yeah, hope to see you before the year ends. I think you are coming back, right?
Yes, I'll be back in 2 weeks ish. No, 20 days.
I don't know how you do it.
But I think that people, fans of horror and of the genre, I think is if you can obviously fit it in your, which I understand is extremely difficult to fit something like that. But it also rekindles your, you go back into it, you see
the nostalgia.
Nostalgia, and I think you come out fresh, and I think it's nice to get a big dose of something like that once in a while.
Yes.
Obviously, it's very difficult to keep it up, but once in a while, I don't regret doing it. I will do it again next year if I can.
Maybe I'll join you. But
yeah, we can do
it. Now streaming platform, it's easy to just get 31 horror movies easily.
Yes. Yeah. Easily.
Okay, thank you, Odie, for joining me tonight. And we were recording at night. I don't know when I'm going to show this video after I edited it. But let's do it again. Any last words for my viewers?
I think I hope you have the viewers know why they're watching it, because I think the content is excellent. Very, very honestly.
Yeah.
Truly, and I think I really hope that you continue doing it, because I personally learned so much when I watched the reviews, and there's so much actually behind, because every movie is not just we go and watch a movie and whatever, it stops there. There is obviously there is previous work, and then there will be next work of the creative artists and directors that do it, and having an idea of what they've been before and what you're watching makes things even more special. They help you understand. And
every artist, every director, every creator, they always have a point they start with, right? Some idol that they follow, some kind of way they want to make their movie. So I always try to trace as much as I could because I don't know every single, but with online it's easy to find out, and especially IMDb, Wikipedia, Letterboxd, all this gave me a lot of information with regards to individual director and writer. And the more I research, all these they're like all connected. You realize that everybody is connected to each other.
At the end of the day, yes, it is a community. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. It's going to be 2 hours, and I don't think I'm going to cut much except just in the middle. Yeah. So hope you continue to support this channel and continue to be spooked by the horror movies and TV series watching. Thank you. Anybody want to join us again? Leave a comment, and maybe you can email me if you want to do an interview with regards to your interest with horror movies watching. Okay.
Take care, KK. Good night. Bye bye.